the big clip, but let's go with it. So we're talking about Cody Rhodes. So does Cody Rhodes and Randy make sense for WrestleMania 42? What are we talking about? So Randy Orton won the Elimination Chamber, and he gets to face off against either Cody or Drew McIntyre. But because Drew got involved in the Elimination Chamber, Nick Aldis decided that he wanted to have Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre for the title on SmackDown, in which Cody Rhodes has prevailed and is your new WWE champion. Now, the question really becomes why?
And go ahead, Chaz.
Yeah, Jess. No,
All
start
right,
this off.
I'll start this one off. A lot of folks, so look, listen, I don't think a lot of people maybe because people are just coming back to wrestling, all right, because of Netflix and the renaissance of wrestling that's been booming since 2020. Okay, people are coming back to wrestling. All right, a lot of people who haven't watched since you know Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock. So you've missed a lot, and you've missed a lot of lore, and you missed a lot of history, and so you just need a reminder, and that's all that I think people need is a reminder, and that is that there was a time period, I think it was around 2009 if I'm not mistaken, where this man named Randall Keith Orton, all right. He lost a ton of weight. He slimmed down. He cut all his hair off. He got new tattoos that now are his regular tattoos. And he changed his theme song. And he really looked like, I don't know, a freaking snake. Okay. Maybe a viper. And he was the closest thing on earth to Satan on TV. He was. Okay. That man, '09 Randy Orton was a menace, okay? And just to name a few things that man did, he punt kicked. Well, now that we think about it, was actually a good thing. But back then, he punt kicked. Literally, Tyler Loop, boom, Vincent Kennedy McMahon right in the head, right in the dome piece, right in the temple. Okay? And not just only that, you know what else he did? He did it to his son, Shane O'Mac. And you know what's even worse? To seal it off, he handcuffed Triple H to the bottom rope. He RKO'd and then punt kicked his wife, his mother of his beautiful daughters. And then that's not the worst. You know what he did to seal the deal? He kissed her right on the lips and probably was the most uncomfortable, most terrible stage kissing I have ever seen in my child and adult life. But it happened. He puckered up on that man's wife right in front of him, in front of not only thousands, but as that man Triple H would say, millions watching at home. That guy, Randy Orton, had a group. All right. That group was a young upstart green bean Cody Rhodes and a disappointment of Teddy Diabasi Jr. Okay? Let me tell you something. This group was called Legacy. Now, in this lifespan wasn't long, but it was a very, very impactful group, all right, in WWE on Monday Night Raw. Okay. Not only did this solidify Orton as a main eventer, right after Evolution, but it cemented him as a top heel. All right. He would have good battles with John Cena. He would have battles with DX. He had battles with Triple H. Listen, man, legacy is a significant thing in history. Now, a lot of you may have missed it, and we don't fault you for it, but you can watch everything on Netflix now. You can go back and watch it and relive it. I watched it live. I live it. This is my era. And this match means more. Okay? Sorry, not sorry. But Drew was always a placeholder champion. We knew that when he beat Cody that he was a placeholder champion. We all knew a year ago that it was Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes next at this year's WrestleMania, or within not this year, the year after, because we know what, just like Cena, Orton is coming up on his time. So if you're going to pay off old storylines, it is now is the time. What match, what bigger stage to do the teacher versus student match? It is now Cody Rhodes' time. Cody Rhodes is the guy. Like, I really don't understand what's the big old fuss. We do not care about Drew McIntyre in 2026. We didn't care about him in 25. We didn't care about him in 24. We really only cared because CM Punk was carrying that feud. Drew McIntyre had his time. It sucks that it was in during COVID. We don't care. Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, WrestleMania screams marquee matchup. That is something that I can go put on ESPN where the common man is going to go, oh, yeah, I remember that Randy Orton guy. And oh, heard about Cody Rhodes. That was Dusty. Like everyone knows when they see Cody Rhodes, the Dusty Kid. Oh, cool. I'm going to go watch. That's what it's about. No one, Drew McIntyre is not appealing to the casual fan. He's appealing to you marks on the internet. He's not appealing to the casual fan. That's not marquee. And to be honest, he's probably getting his rematch and it's going to be a triple threat or anything. It's going to be a fatal four-way because Jacob Fatu ain't got time for the bullshit. So yeah, that's my 2 cents. That's what I say. It makes perfect sense. That is a marquee match. That is something that can main event WrestleMania.
Make a compelling point. I'm going to say this: WrestleMania is meant for marquee matchups, but this marquee matchup does not need the title with it. This is already a big enough story as it is. Roman Reigns and The Rock, right, would always be a bigger story without the title. This is one of those moments where you have our big generation wrestler, right, in Cody, the big generation of a past generation, my generation, Randy, Randy versus Cody. You don't need the title for it, so it's
I disagree.
fine.
That's why I did. You do need the title because Cody Rhodes is the guy with the title. He's that guy
Cody Rhodes
now.
is still the guy,
Yes.
as much
So
as we don't
yes,
want him to be.
so he should
Why does
be.
he need the
So if he's
title?
not, so if he's the guy, he should be going into WrestleMania with the belt. Within, let's just say this. Let's just look at it like this. If you look at it in a sense of when you're the guy, you got at least what 5, 6 WrestleManias like consecutively that you have. If you can be that guy, and if I'm going to believe, especially after the John Cena generation and the Roman Reigns generation, you need to have that belt going into WrestleMania. You need to be not opening. I'm sorry, you need to be closing the show every year, whether you have the belt or whether you're fighting for the belt. John Cena had the belt from what WrestleMania 22,
But he didn't have the
23,
belt when he fought The Rock the first
24,
time.
25. 26,
But
27.
but again,
Come on, Cliff.
as I'm saying,
Cody Rhodes has
he
done
didn't
what?
he
He's
didn't
only got
have the
three.
belt.
Let him have his
Listen,
four.
we
Let him.
talking about a marquee matchup. John Cena didn't have the belt when he wrestled The Rock the first time. They didn't have a championship.
Okay.
So they did the next year that was the level up. I'm just saying that this
But
matchup
you're skipping.
here,
But okay, you're skipping. Like I just said, WrestleMania 22, 23, 24,
this is a
25,
match. Okay, so
26,
we're talking about a matchup though.
27.
We're talking about this matchup about Randy and
And was
Cody.
he? I don't even think he was in 20. Yeah, he didn't wrestle for the title in 27.
My point being though
And
is
then
that when
28
you
was
look
WrestleMania,
at
right? So he had 2 years because he didn't wrestle for the title then, and then he wrestled Rock. So you're right, he had a 2-year gap. But then
he
the
was a
year after
marquee
what?
matchup. These are
And
marquee
even
matchups.
then, the time, but even then, by the time then, hold on, by the time then we were getting when it was The Rock, we were already at the time we were changing the guard. We were already by the time we were already putting the Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan, Brock Lesnar project on us by the time we were getting to The Rock. So that's not fair. That withstands the little 5 year gap that I'm saying. So no,
We
no.
literally are watching the two big generation stars. We don't need the title for this kind of match.
Yes, you
The history
do.
itself
Yes,
does
you
everything.
do.
No, you don't. You
Yes.
don't need it. You don't need
Yes,
it.
you
Randy
do.
Randy wins.
Yes,
Randy wins
you
against
do
Drew
need the title because
McIntyre.
this is his era. This is his peak. He has to have the title. That's
He
like saying
doesn't need the
that's like saying you
title.
have
You
no,
just
no, no,
said
no, no.
it.
That's like saying at WrestleMania 26 you don't have the title when you have Batista versus John Cena. That's legitimately what you're saying. You're saying, yeah, we don't. That match does not need the title. When that match, you need the title. That's a matchup during John Cena's peak era. He does need the title. Yes, absolutely.
No, I don't. I would
Now,
agree to
the Rock and
disagree.
Roman Reigns absolutely doesn't need the belt. There's more history in them not having the belt than the belt even matters.
These
They
two, the
have
only
blood.
history between these, yeah, it's and first of all, he's married into the bloodline. Like he's not even
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
related.
I know, I know,
Well,
I
my
know.
point
Yeah.
being though is that once again, here's Cody and Randy, two dudes who have been in this group. This is a match you can run next year. You don't, and it doesn't need the title. You still don't need the title for this because
What
there's
if
so
Randy?
much history between these two. It's going to work without the title. The thing is still like, hey, this is a moment where Cody is trying to overthrow his teacher because he wants to show that he's learned a lot since he's left. You don't need the title in this story. That's my point. The title doesn't like all the title does is it takes this matchup from being like the matchup to like okay it's the matchup with the title like the title doesn't do anything in this story. It just gives a prize at the end of it. Okay, so we're gonna wrestle for the biggest prize. Sometimes you don't need the biggest you don't need the title to be that prize. Sometimes it's about getting the respect and to earn your respect from the person who literally groomed you into the role to be the next big guy. Like Hogan and Rock, did they fight for the title? Two generation wrestlers.
That we're not
Rock
comparing.
and Rock
We're
and
not
Rock and
comparing The
Cena
Rock and Hulk
won.
Hogan to Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. No disrespect to none of those four. Well, three of the four. Um, but like, no, no, no. You're missing the point that this is Cody Rhodes' time. He is the
It was
guy.
John's time. In the first match, he didn't fight with the title to the Rock.
No. John was already on his way out.
No.
Yes, he was.
So then
He
why did
was
we wait 10 more,
CM Punk was fighting
14
Chris
more
Jericho
years?
in what match 3 on WrestleMania for the title? What are you talking about?
And
John
so
Cena was
14,
not
fourteen years
the
later, he
guy.
officially hangs it
Even
up.
if he was, they weren't putting the belt on him. Get
And then
out
we
of
ran a
here.
whole.
Get
And the
out.
story got set up the year before when Cena lost because Rock cost him the title
Well,
against the
let's be if
Miz.
you know. First of all, it started. All right, it started when The Rock came back in the first place, and he was the host, and he started talking that junk. That's how it started,
No, what my point being
and then
though is
then
that
that's how it started.
matchup.
Well, it really got started because Cena was talking out his neck about Rocky. That's what
My
really what
point
happened.
being
But
though
still,
that
no,
this
man.
match really kicked off. We got to tell this story 2 years in a row, and the last year was all about with the title because that's what they wanted. They wanted to elevate the stakes, right? That's how you elevate the stakes. You don't need this match. I get it. I get why you're doing it because now it's a teacher student thing that you're gonna do. And I know Lou's over here losing his mind because he wants to say something.
No.
It's your teacher student match, but you don't have. But I get you want to put the title on there because you want it to be like a bigger match. But the match is already big. The title is meant to elevate a new talent, elevate a talent. Cody is at the peak of the talent. Like it doesn't get any bigger than Cody right now. So why does Cody need
Chaz's
the
camera is the
title?
best. All right, so can we all agree that WrestleMania 19's promo entrance lead into is probably the greatest?
Fair.
Rock Austin.
Yes.
What was Austin chasing? The belt. I think that any other pay-per-view, this matchup makes sense without the belt. I think when it's WrestleMania, the grandest stage of them all, the biggest pay-per-view of all, I think the title means the most.
Thank you. It is WrestleMania. That is. If it was any other pay per view, I agree, Lou. I'd be all like
Seth Rollins versus Randy Orton when Randy flipped him off the fucking stomp and RKO'd him out of the blue. That was a great match, but we don't talk about it because there was no gold for it. Sorry, not sorry.
You literally just brought it up.
But as an example,
What are we talking about?
we don't talk about it. As an example, we don't talk about it, but we talk about the Rock Austin thing going on.
We
So
talk about Rock versus Cena. Match one. We talk about how when Cena lost, it wasn't for the title.
I know.
Any match
I gotta
any
agree.
match at WrestleMania that was against the Undertaker, guess what? That
There,
wasn't for the title. Was
no,
for the
there's a
streak.
couple of
there's
them.
not.
Whoa,
There's
there,
a couple
pal.
of them, but
There's
the
a couple
majority
of
of
them
them
for the
were not for the
Royals.
title.
I don't do
I,
that
I
now,
I don't
partner.
agree with Chaz very
The
often, but I agree with
majority
Chaz.
of those matches. You're gonna tell me.
Batista,
You're gonna
Edge.
wait. You're gonna tell me Shawn Michaels versus the Undertaker for the title. It was for the title? That first matchup?
It was for the streak. The streak was bigger than the title. The streak,
The
the
what?
streak had its
The
own
streak,
story.
but it's the title. We have to have the title. And then they rematched it with the streak versus the career. And guess what? You didn't need it to be in
That
the
is
it
that,
wasn't in the main,
that
it
is
was
that
the
is
main event match. Guess what was
that
not in there? The title.
that is completely two separate things. I just want to let you
It's
know.
the story. It's the
It,
story. We are telling stories. We don't need the title.
Easy,
This
Dr. Seuss. Easy, Dr. Seuss.
shut your mouth.
Uh,
You
moving
out there
on to the
repping
next
Yeet
topic.
brand. I'm not trying to hear you when you're wearing dolphin colored Yeet brand. Don't talk to me right now. You're here with the dolphin colored Yeet brand. I don't want to hear it.
Moving on. Moving on those comments, Chaz.
all right, I was just about to pull it up.
Yeah, pull up the comments.
What about Cryback? That guy
Goddamn
was funny.
story.
Legacy. That's right. Legacy. That's a group, very influential group. They won't go in the Hall of Fame. I think Ted DiBiase Jr. is in jail.
Yeah, what a dick.
He's in prison.
Yeah, I was about to say he's in jail.
Thanks, Dean.
Dean's out there talking trash on the X. He's always
He's having a repost. Yeah.
yeah. He's probably quoting and saying his 2 cents. No, we don't. Exactly. We don't care about Drew.
And you was crazy. I don't even acknowledge the true part.
Exactly.
I'm just like, yeah.
We're just gonna act like Danhausen isn't about to just take over the entire company.
It really is, though.
Are cursed.
Yeah, like I mean, yeah. I can't wait to see it happen. Yeah. You know what's funny? I tell my mom doesn't stay on the show long, and I can talk now recklessly because she's off the show. She only stays for the intro and the temp check. I text her. I said, "Hey, this show's going to get heated today." She goes, "Oh, you text me right when I'm about to leave," and I was like, "Yeah." And just as it did, that man, Cliff is out here.
It's the story.
Good
All
gracious,
about
man.
the story.
Calm down, man. It's just wrestling. Good gracious. Moving on to
Daniel,
topic
just
3.
Wrestling is not fake.
exactly. It's still real to me, damn it.
Hey, thanks for checking out this episode of the 3 Count Podcast. If you like this and you want more 3 Count Podcasts, go on over to our YouTube page, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button so you never miss when we put out a video. Also, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, all things social media, 3 Count Pod, _ X, 3 Count Pod, everything else. Also, make sure you buy our merch at foryourwear.com and prowrestlingtees.com. Also, you know what? Just watch another video right now. Like, right now, I'm gonna walk away and you're gonna play another video.